Most dogs don't cry when something's wrong. They yawn, stretch, or suddenly act weird. The uncomfortable truth? We often praise these moments when they're actually asking for help. In this video, you'll learn the quiet ways dogs ask for help when they're stressed, overwhelmed, or emotionally off. And stay until the end, we'll reveal the one signal even deeply attentive dog owners almost always misunderstand. Quick question before we dive in. What's the strangest behavior your dog does that you've never fully understood? Drop it in the comments. Chances are someone else is wondering the same thing.
Dogs yawn far more often from emotional pressure than from being tired. You'll see it at the vet, during training, or when guests come over, right when things feel a bit much. Many owners smile and think it's cute, but yawning is actually a calming signal dogs use to regulate stress. It's their nervous system hitting a soft reset button. The tricky part? The more we ignore it, the more pressure builds. You don't need to panic. Just pause. Lower the intensity, slow the interaction, give space if needed. Yawning can be emotional, not physical, and it's often the first quiet warning.
When a dog suddenly follows you everywhere, most of us think, "Aw, they love me." And yes, love is part of it. But sudden clinginess often shows up when dogs feel unsure, overwhelmed, or emotionally off balance. This is a common mistake. We often mistake closeness for comfort instead of a question. Dogs stick close to what feels safe when their world feels shaky. Instead of pushing them away or overindulging, acknowledge it. Stick to routines. Keep your energy calm. Be predictable. Closeness can be a question, not comfort, and it's asking for reassurance.
If this is changing how you see your dog, click that subscribe button. These quiet moments matter more than most advice ever mentions.
When a dog suddenly freezes, no barking, no pulling, no reaction, it often gets praised as good behavior. But behaviorists know this stillness can be a stress response, not calmness. It's what happens when a dog feels unsure and chooses to pause instead of escalate. Think of it like holding your breath in an awkward moment. The shift happens when you stop rewarding silence and start reading context. Look for tension in the body, tight mouth, stiff tail. Awareness alone changes everything. Stillness isn't always calm. It can be quiet communication. If your dog keeps licking their paws, lips, or the air, it's easy to label it a bad habit or blame allergies and move on. But repetitive licking often starts as emotional self-soothing. Dogs do it when their nervous system is overloaded and they're trying to calm themselves down. Think of it like pacing when you're anxious. The action isn't the problem, it's the signal underneath. Instead of stopping the behavior, lower the pressure around them. Calm routines, predictable responses, and fewer surprises go a long way. Repetition is soothing, but it also reveals unresolved stress. When a dog suddenly ignores commands they know well, frustration kicks in fast. It feels personal. But sudden disobedience is often a sign that something else is pulling their attention: stress, discomfort, or emotional overload. We might be thinking they're being stubborn when they were actually struggling. Dogs don't ignore on purpose. They prioritize safety and comfort first. Instead of correcting harder, simplify. Reduce expectations. Meet them where they are emotionally before asking for more. Behavior changes before problems ever scream for attention. There's a moment many owners notice but rarely understand. Your dog looks at you, then looks away. Not fearful, not playful, just checking in. This isn't avoidance, it's communication. Dogs do this when they're unsure but still feel safe enough to ask for guidance. That glance is a whisper, not a cry. It says, "I trust you to help me decide." When you respond calmly, steady voice, relaxed posture, you teach them they don't have to carry stress alone. They whisper because they believe you're listening, and that trust matters. Remember that yawn we talked about at the beginning? It wasn't random. Neither were the looks, the clinginess, or the quiet pauses. Once you see these signals as communication, not problems, everything shifts. You stop guessing. You stop blaming yourself. You start responding with clarity instead of confusion. And that's what your dog has been asking for all along. Not perfection, just presence, patience, and someone willing to listen.
This video is for educational purposes only. Always consult a qualified professional for any concerns about your pet.